You, Francis Price, are a magician.
I'm really not.
I don't know what you've done, but it has done wonders.
All we did was had a bit of a talk.
Well, Dad is now talking. And I don't just mean over dinner or about the hotel, but he's actually getting on board. I walked past the office the other day, and he was in there with Ria, and they were chatting.
How did that pan out?
I think they ended up laughing. I know. Things are definitely looking up. I mean, have you seen Ria recently?
I had a bit of a chat with her the other day. Not much.
Yeah, she's definitely chattier than she was.
I mean, well, it's not like I waved a magic wand and everything became all happy families. I don't know, it's been a bit of a weird few months, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to miss the few minutes of peace.
Why?
You know, our impromptu guest.
Who?
That's right. You'd have known if you'd been downstairs for breakfast.
I was Skyping Susie.
Not a good enough reason.
No, it's not. But who is it, though, Ed?
Go on, guess.
Norris hasn't got a twin, has she?
Christ, I hope not.
Boris Norris.
No, it's Yates.
Yates?
Yeah, he made a typically dramatic entrance. He came down to see Tom, and then he's hung around to see Julia. Thankfully, Dad hasn't found out quite yet. I don't think he's gotten over that which will not be named. Exactly.
No, what will your dad think, though?
Fortunately, we are yet to find out, because he's conveniently been out the house all this time. I do dread to think.
Convenient. So, where is old Yates? I'm surprised I've not heard him yet.
He went to town with Julie this morning. I think they had a bit of lunch, so by now, probably outside in the garden.
Oh, keep Yates out of the house, that's probably the best thing. Should we go and say hello?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Enchanté, Miss Price. It's been too long. I've always appreciated your camera frivolities. I also quite like your hair. The blonde, it suits you. It's quite like Marilyn Monroe and very, very, very precious. And to you, William. Hello. I'm very sorry to have missed you. Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, we're glad to have you back too, Yates. We've missed you in our videos.
Thank you, Frankie.
Yates has been really busy lately, haven't you? Tell Frankie and the others what you've been up to.
Yeah.
A one-man show of Hamlet.
A one-man show of Hamlet? Blimey, that's a lot for one man. How did it go?
It was a triumph.
He's toured it around a few small London venues. Me and Rory went to see one of the shows. It was good. It's a shame more people didn't go see it.
What were the audience numbers like?
Well, we had at least 10 for every single performance. 20 for one. It was very, very good. But you know, I quite like smaller audience. They appreciate true art more. And also, I get to connect with them on a deeper level.
But agents do go to these things. I know someone who got scouted for The Voice at one of those clubs.
Well, agents and talent scouts, they only really appreciate things that can actually produce a large profit. Well, there are a fair few that can appreciate real art. To thine own self be true. But were your father not under the house currently, I would gladly put on a production of Hamlet for you, for you and your hotel guests.
Yeah, maybe another time.
To be fair, Dad has softened recently, thanks to Frank's.
I told you I didn't just magically make him nicer.
Julia has mentioned this to me. However, unfortunately, I've never met someone quite so anti-art as Mr. Thomas Bertram Sr. Julia was the one that actually convinced me to come down here in the first place, and also to see your lovely faces again. But oh, I do mourn the death of lovers' vows. It could have been a masterpiece.
Maybe another time.
With real actors.
But it felt real. It was like lightning in a bottle and never strikes twice. And I must thank you, Frankie, for that amazing trailer you made for me. It really, it was everything I ever could have imagined. It had everything of me in it. And, well, have you ever actually considered a career in editing?
I just threw it together, really.
You see, natural talent.
Do you ever think you'll go back to filming again, Yates?
Well, I have wanted to film my performance of Hamlet, but unfortunately, well, if Tom were ever to come back and produce and fill in those shoes again, that would really help.
I think the last one caused enough trouble.
Yes. Tom should really be focusing on recuperating his health.
Yeah.
But you know, Thomas, if you're ever out there and ever looking to do this sort of thing again, you're always welcome.
How's the job hunting going?
I'm not hunting anymore.
Oh, have you found a job?
No. Well, I've been so stressed out all summer trying to find a job. Well, I decided the job hunting can wait. I'm going to see the world.
Oh, wow.
That's a bit out the blue, isn't it?
Oh, Yates and I have been planning it for a while now. We've just decided we're going to go for it. You know, there are so many places I've always wanted to go to and never thought I could. Well, at least not my own. But we're definitely going to go to New York, probably India. I've always wanted to go there. And Italy. I'm torn between Vienna and Venice. I mean, I'd like to do both, but money-wise...
Yeah, how are you going to pay for all of that?
Oh, well, it's the magic of one-man shows and a small budget. I've made quite a bit of profit.
Plus savings for my birthdays and Christmases. And I spoke to Dad. I mean, I cowered out of it before because I was so sure he'd say no and lecture me about the dangers of money and being frivolous with my money. But we were just talking about travel one day and it just came out. I mean, I said that I really wanted to travel since I was at school and all my ideas for the trip and how I'd never get the chance to. And he was really cool about it. Said that he did a gap year of travelling after he finished uni and would highly recommend it. Did you know that he did a gap year?
No.
He asked me about the money and I was straight with him. I said that I had a bit and Yates had a bit, but nowhere enough. And so he offered to loan me the money. I mean, I'll pay it back once I'm earning. But he said that it was about time I got some world experience and that it would look great on my CV. Asked if I was going to volunteer somewhere overseas.
Oh, are you?
I'd love to. I mean, I hadn't really thought about it until now, but Yates said that we might be able to teach English overseas and he's going to contact some charities. I think it's going to be really fulfilling.
Oh, wow. When are you going?
Next month.
Geez, you're not resting on your laurels, are you?
No time like the present. Speaking of which, I have made a schedule. Would you like to go? Would you like to see it?
Yeah, sure. How about you, Yates? Are you looking forward to the trip?
Well, I've always wanted to experience New York City and you know, those Americans and you know, how American they are. I'd love to, you know, I'd love to see how they react to my kind of art. I mean, I hope it's better than they ever did here.
Right, we better get going if we want to go to the cinema. You know, maybe we should make a portfolio of...
Well, that's actually a brilliant idea. There's a few...
All right.
We'll see you two later.
The excitement never ends.
No, I do wish it would simmer down a bit, though. It's getting a bit exhausting, really.
I don't think it will be doing that anytime soon with...
Oh, just when you think things are going to get quieter. Anyway, we'll see you next time, if Mansfield is still standing.